$200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's #1 car wash. Make the double play every day with a wash and free detailing. Surf in to tsunamiexpress.com. Tsunami Express.
Wash, chill, repeat.
Brewers open for a bounce-back series. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks in town for the next 4 after the losses against the Cubs and the Giants last week. We welcome you back to the On Deck Show, built by Menards, as first pitch is just about 10 minutes away for Game 1. Time to get to the starting lineups. They're presented by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. The Brewers facing these Diamondbacks for the first time in just about 4.5 months. It feels like a season ago, the last time that they played in the desert back in early April. Here are the 9 that'll face Brandon Woodruff for manager Torey Lovello. Man, having a great season. Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop. He is in the leadoff spot. He's been one of the best hitters in the league this year. Ketel Marte, you could say that about him for a few years. Marte, again an all-star, the second baseman hitting second. And Corbin Carroll, another all-star for the Diamondbacks, batting third and playing right field. He's one of the best young outfielders in baseball. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is in left field cleaning up. Gurriel has been on an RBI tear this month. The first baseman is Pavin Smith. He will hit fifth. Gabriel Moreno, recently off the injured list, is back, and he does the catching and hits sixth. Adrian Del Castillo is the DH. He's batting seventh. Blaze Alexander.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball, and there's a flying bat. It's a high card.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Step right up and gaze into my crystal ball. I see flashing lights, spinning reels, and a big win. This August, you have a ticket to a cash carnival at Potawatomi. Play with your rewards card and earn entries to win your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Prize drawings every Thursday through August 28th. Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Milwaukee Brewers
Baseball is being brought to you by Citgo, Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Concordia University of Wisconsin, Usinger's famous sausage. Usinger's and baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance, Menards, Prevea Health, Construction Business Group, Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, Delta Dental, Quick Trip, Woodman's Food Market, Pomps Tire, West Bend Insurance, the silver lining, U.S. Cellular, built for us, Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail, Island Resort and Casino, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Cousin Subs, Potawatomi Sportsbook, Cedar Crest Ice Cream, Wisconsin Biofuels, Wisconsin Laborers District Council, and the Wisconsin Dental Association. Brewers and the Diamondbacks. Game 1 of this series is on the way after this on the On Deck Show, built by Menards, on the Brewers Radio Network.
Get away with huge savings at Hyundai West Allis during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can make your best deal and save an additional $500 on a new Hyundai. Or get 0% for 60 months and make no payments for 90 days on a new Palisade or Santa Fe. Get Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty from Hyundai.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. All the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Back to American Family Field. It's the Brewers and the Arizona Diamondbacks getting ready to begin the 4-game series on this gorgeous Monday evening in Milwaukee. We wrap up the On Deck Show, built by Menards, with a roof update. Brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. It is wide open tonight with clear blue skies overhead. Temperatures below 70 degrees. Big Fish Contracting, with decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Well, as Woody begins his warm-up tosses, the take on an Arizona lineup that, even after trading away guys like Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor, still one of the most potent in baseball. Let's drive around the league. Brought to you by Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Brewers have that 5-game lead now in the Central over the Cubs, who are off tonight before they begin a series in San Francisco tomorrow. Cubs have made up ground in the last week. They've won 8 out of 10. It'll be the Reds at the Dodgers beginning a series at 9:10 Central. Hunter Green has the ball for Cincinnati, which just won a game against these Diamondbacks yesterday to avoid being swept over the weekend. It'll be the Pirates at the Cardinals at 6:45. They're just about to get underway. That one at Busch to begin a homestand for St. Louis, and the Phillies and the New York Mets. Big series in the NL East. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. They scored early thanks to a Trey Turner triple in the first inning off of Kodai Senga. Well, Woody, who got that extra day in between starts, fully rested, ready to go. And the series about to begin. With play-by-play, here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. A reminder, this copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. That is brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com. Woodruff about to make his 9th start of 2025. Trying to bounce back from really his first, I guess you would say, tough outing of the year. Lasted 4 1/3 against the Cubs down at Wrigley last week. Gave up 3 runs. Pitch is outside, and we are underway. 1-0 on Geraldo Perdomo, who leads off for the Diamondbacks. 67 fall-like degrees here tonight at American Family Field. 1-0 pitch. He is in there with a strike on a fastball at 93, and it's 1-1. Got underway a minute late at 6:41 Central Time. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbless. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field. 1-1 is popped up into foul territory, first base side. Vaughn chasing underneath of it, makes the catch just in front of the Brewers dugout, and there's one away. So 1 retired for Woodruff, and here's Ketel Marte. You can also find Carbless right here inside the stadium. Carbless, less is more. Yeah, for Woodruff, there was also some encouraging things in that start. Command maybe wasn't as good as what we've seen from him over the course of this year. He has had pinpoint command. That's been one of his real strengths. First pitch to Marte is outside, and it's 1-0. He walked 3, which tied his season high. Gave up 5 hits, also tied his season high. But the velo was up in that last start down at Wrigley. 1-0 pitch. Missed down and away with a fastball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Marte having another very good year on paper. 290, 23 home runs, 58 driven in on the year for Ketel Marte. 2-0 pitch. That missed outside. 2-seam fastball at 92, and he goes to 3-0 on Marte. Big Woo on the mound tonight for the Crew. Now 4-1 on the year with a 2.47 ERA. 3-0 pitch is right through there with a sinker at 91, and it's 3-1. Diamondbacks had their 4-game winning streak snapped yesterday at the hands of the Reds. 6-1 final. Zach Gallen was on the mound for Arizona. 3-1 missed down and in, and he walks Ketel Marte. So it's a 1-out walk issued by Woodruff, and that'll get Corbin Carroll to the plate. Brewers defensively behind Woodruff. Collins in left, Perkins in center, Frelick's the right fielder, Durbin at third, Monasterio the shortstop, Terang at second, Vaughn is at first, and Contreras does the catching of Woody. Here's Corbin Carroll. 27 home runs on the year, 65 driven in. First pitch to him is a strike, not called a strike. That's just an awful miss by Manny Gonzalez. Good time to tell you about our umpires. Gonzalez is the home plate umpire. Alex Tosi's at first. Corey Blazer at second. Ron Culpa, the crew chief, is at third. It was a cutter all over the strike zone. And that one apparently missed as well. And Brandon Woodruff is looking in like, what do I have to do here? And Manny Gonzalez is hearing from the Brewers dugout already, and he should be. First one definitely a strike. That one a borderline pitch. Didn't go Woodruff's way. Here's the 2-0. And a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike on Corbin Carroll. 11-game hitting streak coming in for Carroll. He is one of the exciting young players in our game right now. Power, speed, he really has every tool. 2-1. This is popped up. Shallow left field. Racing out is Monasterio. Collins coming in. Monasterio backpedaling, and he dropped it. And into second goes Marte, Carroll at first. And Monasterio was racing out there, but that's Collins' ball if he wants to call him off. Easy play for Collins at that point. Just call him off and come take charge. Monasterio just didn't quite get back there. And it ended up getting over his head and falling in. It is a single. And here is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He pops up one on the right side. Underneath of it makes the catch. Infield fly had been called for. And now there's 2 away. That is some tough luck for Brandon Woodruff, because he should be out of this inning at this point. So 2 down. And here's Pavin Smith. Happens fast in this game sometimes. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. So first and second and 2 away. Woodruff looks in the pitch. And Smith takes low. It's 1-0. I mean, he is peppering the bottom of the strike zone, and apparently the low strike is not going to be there tonight for Manny Gonzalez. Those are 3 pitches that have been right there that have all been deemed a ball. 1-0 pitch from Woodruff is a swing and a miss. Swung through a cutter at 91, and it's 1-1 on Smith. No score, just getting underway here at American Family Field on a Monday night. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Brewers and the Diamondbacks. Woodruff's 1-1 pitch to Pavin Smith is fouled out of play third base side, and it's 1-2. Diamondbacks fringy in terms of postseason contention. They are 5.5 back of the last wild card spot right now. 3 games below 500 at 64 and 67. 1-2 pitch is down and away. With a changeup, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There were big expectations for this team. When you looked at this team on paper coming into the year, it was easy to like what you saw, but they've had a lot of injuries. That's been a big part of the equation. Woodruff's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. And Contreras, out of protest, fires that ball up into the upper deck after the strikeout as Brandon Woodruff.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University, your first choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
No score as we go to the bottom of the first inning here at American Family Field. Brewers and Diamondbacks. Bryce Terang to lead things off for the crew against Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander. Out of the windup, first pitch is inside with a cut fastball. It's 1-0. Terang hitting .286 with 14 home runs and 64 driven in on the year. What a month of August, I should say, he's put together. 1-0 is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Bryce. Rodriguez 2-0 pitch. Is swung on and fouled straight back and into the net. And it goes to 2-1 on Terang. In the month of August for Bryce, he has played in 21 games. He has driven in 20. 2 1s down and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. 8 home runs. He is batting a cool .359. 3-1 from Rodriguez is a ground ball sharply hit to first. Played on a couple of hops by Pavin Smith. He will race Terang to the bag and beat him by a step. for a 3 unassisted ground out. There's one away for Contreras. Time to tell you about our quick trip around the bases, presented this month by Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks. And tonight's contestant in the quick trip around the bases contest is Carrie Dayton from Fish Creek. There are fish in that creek, I believe. If the Brewers score in the first inning, Carrie will win a $100 quick trip gift card, compliments of Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks and Quick Trip. First pitch to Contreras. He's low and inside of the fastball. It's 1-0. Can you imagine if there's a town called Fish Creek and you had a creek in the town, but there weren't fish in it?
It would be a misnomer.
Just crawdads?
They don't count?
No. That's a crustacean.
Yeah.
1-0 pitch to Contreras is a check swing foul into the Brewers dugout, and it's 1-1.
You're the fisherman in this booth.
Yep. Rodriguez out of the windup, brings home the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Elevated a cutter, and it's 1-2. I don't do enough of it, I know that. Kind of hard to do with our schedule. 1-2 pitch to William. And he checks on a pitch that missed up. They appealed to first. He didn't go. And it's 2-2. I always try to catch up in the month of October on a lot of fishing, but I am hoping that I don't have that luxury this year. Hopefully very busy all of October. 2-2 pitch to William. And that missed high. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Contreras has battled himself back and worked the count full here. Very Brewer type of at bat for William Contreras with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. And he rolls one left side. Gobbled up by Alexander, the third baseman. He fires across and retires Contreras for the second out. And that'll get Yelich to the plate. Diamondbacks defensively, Gurriel is in left. Alec Thomas can cover a lot of ground in center. Carroll very good in right. Blaze Alexander to the third baseman. Geraldo Perdomo, very good shortstop. Ketel Marte at second. Dom Smith at first, and Gabriel Moreno does the catching. First offering to Yelich is a strike, and it's a high strike. 0-1. Has not been a great start to this game for Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire. Let's see if it gets better as the game goes along. That one missed outside of the curveball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Yelich. Rodriguez has thrown 13 pitches so far here in this bottom of the first inning. 1-1 is a chopper foul, first base side, and it's 1-2. We've got Andrew Vaughn in the on-deck circle. Brewers trying to snap a little 2-game-in-a-row situation after dropping the final 2 games against the Giants. 1-2 missed high, and it's even out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 267 average for Yelich. 26 home runs. Drove in his 88th of the year yesterday. Here's the 2-2, and Yelich took low. That was a curveball. It's another full count. So Contreras worked the count full. Now Yelich has done the same against Rodriguez. Out of the windup to pitch. And a foul ball in the air and out of play down the left field line.
And by the way, you had the opening at bat from Terang that was 3-1. So 3 balls on every hitter. I think that's a good sign for the Brewers offense.
You look at this stretch over the last week, maybe week plus if you will. 3-2 pitch to Yelich, a swing and a miss. He strikes out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rodriguez. I think if you watch the at-bats, they are still the same competitive.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Let's open this up.
take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
There's so much history right here, and when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
Osage Run. Fall golf rates run September 15th through the end of the 2025 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay-and-play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
We go to the second inning here at American Family Field. No score, Brewers and the Diamondbacks. Gabriel Moreno leads off for Arizona, just back from injury. And he takes outside. It's 1-0. The native of Venezuela. Right-handed hitting catcher. 280 average on the year for Moreno. Takes a strike with a sinker right down the middle. And it's 1-1. Woodruff gave up a walk and a hit in the first inning, but put up a 0. And the hit has quotation marks around it. This one's line foul, first base side. And it's 1-2. There was a pop-up into shallow left that fell between Monasterio and Collins. Both probably could have made that catch in their sleep. It was more of a miscommunication than anything else. But it fell, and thus it goes down as a hit. Moreno's driven in 24 on the year. Part of that Dalton Varsho trade a couple of years ago with the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch is found back our way and out of play. Stays at 1-2.
Always felt like to me those balls that should be caught but aren't, but nobody gets a glove on, the scorer should have the ability to charge an error. You just never do.
1-2 pitch. That's fouled back into the net. I agree with you on that. I guess you would get into a gray area of like what qualifies versus what doesn't, but I think there should be a little bit of room for the scorer just objectively go, hey, play that should be made. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Contreras sheds the mask. Back by the screen. And has room. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Del Castillo. My other scoring thing that next time Tim O'Driscoll comes in here, I'll ask him about. And that would be an interesting one. Not that it's ever going to happen, but would you like that if you had the ability to call that play in the first inning an error, even though it lands and nobody got a glove to it in the outfield? Pitch to Adrian Del Castillo's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. He is the designated hitter today for Arizona. A 1 from Woodruff is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The other one for me is, I think pop-ups in foul territory, sometimes we call it an error, sometimes we say no play, and I don't always feel like it's based upon the difficulty of the play. Pitch is outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Del Castillo. And I think there should be more consistency with whether or not we call that an error or not, in my opinion. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second ortho ASAP strikeout for Woodruff of the night. And the first two retired here in the second inning for Blaze Alexander. Because there was a play at Wrigley last week in the Cubs series where it's a pop-up in foul territory. Play that should have been made, and it was ruled no play. First pitch to Blaze Alexander is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. You can go to another ballpark and see that exact same play with a different scorer, and they'll call it an error. Not that there isn't some inconsistencies with scores. I mean, that's the way that it works. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. But I think there's a big disparity on that particular play.
I think the biggest thing that both of the examples that we're talking about have in common, it seems unfair to the pitcher.
Right. Absolutely.
Both times.
Absolutely. Nothing in 2 on Alexander. Here's Woodruff's pitch. Missed high with a fastball. 95 on that fastball from Woodruff, by the way. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, they call August and September the dog days. And some are dog days, but some are brat days. Some are Pine River cheese spread days. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Alexander down on strikes. Third ortho ASAP strikeout for Woodruff. He works a 1-2-3 second inning.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah.
It's skilled workers. Each data center creates about 1,800 construction jobs and then hundreds of high-paying jobs to operate it. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now supports bringing data centers online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. That's because their team is always there to protect your dreams.
No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Vaughn hitting cleanup tonight for the crew. Leads off the inning, and Rodriguez's first pitch is a strike on the low outside corner. It's 0-1. Cleanup hitting home damage with Loyal Family located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. 0-1 to Vaughn. Is ground ball out to short. Perdomo scoops it up and fires across to first in time to retire Vaughn for the first out of the inning. And before Sal Frelick hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Sal Frelick in there with 1 out. First pitch from Rodriguez in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-0 ball game here at American Family Field. Game 1 of the series. Brewers and Diamondbacks. These two teams met in April down in the desert. 0-1. And that is a strike with a sinker that got the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Rodriguez 0-2 pitch, and Frelick fights it off foul and out of play, third base side. No balls and 2 strikes still on Sal. Frelick coming in with an 8-game hitting streak, 11 for 31 in this stretch for Sal. And the 0-2 pitch. Chopper on the left side. Charging is Alexander. Gets a big hop. Throws to first in time and retires Frelick. 2 down now for Caleb Durbin, who homered yesterday. Also had a double yesterday as well for Caleb. With 3 for 11 in that series over the weekend against San Francisco. Drove in a pair of runs. First offering from Rodriguez is over but low. It's 1-0. A reminder from Schneider and their professional truck drivers: always keep a safe distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Rodriguez working very quickly. 1-0 pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Durbin. Brewers still looking for their first base runner of the night. It has been 5 up and 5 down against Rodriguez so far. 2-0 to Durbin. And he took a strike with a fastball at 92 right down the middle. It's 2-1. This feels like a good matchup for Durbin. Rodriguez, a lefty. A lot of four-seam fastballs. 2-1. And a chopper foul at the third base line. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was the changeup down below the zone. Probably the thing Caleb has struggled the most with this year, and most young right-handed hitters would struggle with that, is power sinkers from right-handed pitchers. 2-2. And he's able to check on a changeup away, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's not fun for anybody. I mean, that you talk to left-handed hitters, they'll tell you that's one of the hardest things to do, is hit a lefty with a power sinker. That is just not fun. 3-2 pitch and a ground ball. A couple of hops out to first. Smith will win the race to the bag and retire Durbin, and the Brewers down on 3 ground balls in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. No score on the Brewers radio.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Top of the third inning here at American Family Field. No score. Brewers and Diamondbacks, and stepping in with the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Well, thank you, Lane. It'll be Alec Thomas, number 9 batter in Torey Lovello's order, to lead off against Woodruff. Just 2 base runners total in the game thus far through 2 scoreless innings. They each belong to Arizona. Here's Thomas, another lefty. He takes a strike to the very lower inside corner. Alec Thomas batting at .247. He's homered 8 times and driven in 33. A lot of lefties. 1 through 9 against Woodruff. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter in under the hands. And it's 0-2. Four of the first 5 are left-handed. Then he had Del Castillo and Thomas. 2 of the bottom 3 in the order for Arizona, the Snakes. One of the better lineups statistically. 0-2 pitch. Just missed a little bit outside on a fastball. It's 1-2. You think about this Diamondbacks team. They subtracted 2 of their most effective hitters at the deadline, trading a Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor. Woodruff's 1-2. Thomas pokes it foul into the seats third base side. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. But yet they're still winning, and actually the offense has not really fallen off if you look at the numbers since the deadline. They've actually had a much better August than they did the previous couple of months. These guys can hit. 1-2 pitch. Thomas fouls back into the screen. 94 down the middle from Woodruff. No score in this series opener. Diamondbacks, who just won a couple of series at home before they got here, they beat the Guardians and the Reds. They've got momentum. Still on the outskirts of the wild card race. 1-2 pitch, then on the ground to second base. Right at Bryce Terang, who bends low to field. Pops up, throws out Thomas. Woodruff looking sharp first time through the order. One gone in the third. Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo. Super easy app opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download the Club Citgo app today. Geraldo Perdomo having the year of his career to this point. Leadoff batter popped out to begin the ballgame. Batting left-handed, he takes a strike. Outside corner with a fastball. Woodruff's command has looked very good. First time he has faced the Diamondbacks since 2022. Perdomo waits. The 0-1 pitch. Just a little bit outside. 94 in the fastball. Perdomo, 8th in the National League in batting average. 290 coming in. He's got the 6th most runs batted in. Pitch lined foul down the right field line into the netting. 1-2, Woodruff out ahead. Man, here's the thing about the Diamondbacks. Yeah, you lose Naylor, you lose Suarez, but the top 4 in this card tonight, Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, Gurriel, that's about as prolific as the top 4 that you'll find anywhere in baseball. It's pretty good. These guys are still very dangerous. 1-2 pitch. Perdomo took it high. It's 2-2. Lane mentioned it earlier. They're 5.5 games out of the final wild card spot coming into this road trip. The Mets have the last one. 2-2 pitch. Popped him up. Shallow into left field. In comes Isaac Collins. This time he calls off Monasterio. Monasterio very quickly peels off, and Collins makes the catch. 2 out. Well, bit of a sarcastic cheer from the crowd, saying that's how you were supposed to execute that play back in the first inning. This time Isaac and Andrew do it to perfection. 2 out. And now Ketel Marte, the All-Star.
Adjustment made.
Yeah, you figured that wouldn't happen a second time. Pitch to Ketel, up and away, ball 1. You want to try to make Pat Murphy's head explode? Do that again. They don't want to tempt that fate. No score in the third. The 1-0 pitch, Marte takes outside. He has not seen a lot of strikes. He's the one guy that you can tell Woodruff has been very careful against. He walked him back in the first. One of the better power-hitting infielders in the National League. Ketel Marte from the left. 2 out, the 2-0. Big swing and a miss. Tied him up with a sinker inside, right near the corner, 2-1. Brewers coming off of consecutive series losses, looking for a bounce-back 4-game series. 2-1 pitch, Marte lifts into left field. Playable for Isaac Collins, who looks up into the sky, still with daylight. Medium depth, reaches up, makes the catch. It's a gorgeous night. Clear blue skies.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit. where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century, and certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Business finances? Don't just bank with anyone. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
Isaac Collins to begin the bottom of the third against the left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez in a scoreless game. Erod has retired the first 6 Brewers to bat against him. See if Collins can be the first to reach. The pitch comes in over the outside corner for strike 1. Average down to 273 for Collins, 8 homers. He's driven in 43, and he bats right-handed here. Out of the windup, the 0-1. Popped foul coming back over the screen. It lands below us. 0-2. Since coming off the paternity list, Isaac has just 2 hits. 2 for 23. The 0-2. Down and away. Could you blame him? Just had his first kid. Now, how are you sleeping? How does that work? Then you got to come to the yard, hit major league pitching. The 1-2 pitch. Down and in, it's 2-2.
Anybody that has been through it knows that your world changes a lot in an instant.
Eduardo Rodriguez kicks into the wind, the 2-2. Ripped into left field. Back goes Gurriel. Still back, reaches out. He can't get it. It sails past that outstretched glove and bounces to the fence. And sliding safely into second base is Collins with a leadoff double. Smoked it. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. was back there. Made that leaping lunge, but the ball was just out of his reach. There's the first base runner of the night for the Brewers. The daddy. Isaac Collins smokes a 2-bagger. That means a $75 donation to the MAC Fund from West Bend, the Silver Lining. That brings to the plate Blake Perkins. In this scoreless game, he'll try to move him along. Another switch hitter from the right. First pitch. Bluffed the bunt, pulled back, took a strike. Go ahead.
It is okay for him to smoke the ball here because he cannot smoke at home around the baby.
No, that's a no. Big no. Perkins up there, hitting 222. Rodriguez bluffs back towards second base. I don't think he was ever intent on making a pickoff throw. He wanted to see whether or not perhaps Perkins would indicate if he's going to bunt, as he did on the first pitch. Nobody out, the 0-1. No bunt, and he fouls it back over the screen. It's 0-2. It's time for the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 3-bagger in the third contest. Tonight's contestant, Samantha Phipps from Kewaskum. Samantha wins a Potawatomi prize package if a member of the crew hits triple this inning. Visit WTMJ.com to enter. Well, we've had a double. Why not a triple? 0-2. Took it down low on a changeup from Erod to Perkins. Brewers trying to score first. Since coming back from a bereavement list stint, Perkins 1 for 18. 0 for his last 16 at the plate. The 1-2 came inside. And a fastball that's 2-2. Pat Murphy said yesterday he wanted to give Blake a day, so he didn't play in that Sunday game against the Giants. Collins at second, nobody out. bottom of the third. The 2-2. Line drive left field, right between shortstop and third for a base hit. To third and being held up is Collins. That got to the left fielder Gurriel very quickly. So there you go, Blake Perkins to snap that over, and it's runners on the corners for the Brewers with nobody out.
How often, Josh, during the Brewers' 14-game winning streak, did rallies get started by the bottom of the order? And look at what has happened here. 7-hitter with a double, 8-hitter with a single. Hopefully it's the start to one of those big 4-run rallies the Brewers have been known for over the course of this year.
And also, Lane, how much did guys like Collins and Perkins contribute during that 14-game winning streak? And their bats have been a bit quiet over the last week or so. Now you've got Andrew Monasterio up there. Again, batting in the 9 spot in place of Ortiz. He swings and misses. Got a cutter that was elevated, nothing in one. Now, Monasterio's done a very nice job offensively. Overall, 260. This month, he's hitting 393. Good speed on the base paths with Collins at third and Perkins at first. Monasterio, 4 straight games, the shortstop for the Brewers on this homestand. Erod with an 0-1. Just missed. That's that low pitch around the knees that's not being given to either side, and it's 1-1. Brewers did beat Eduardo Rodriguez in the start he made against them all the way back 4.5 months ago. Set outside the chest on the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a tip foul into the catcher's mitt. Another high cutter, 1-2. Rodriguez has not faced the Brewers very often. This is only the 4th time he's ever made a start against them in his career. He's had pretty good numbers when he has. Scored 3 runs against him back in April. They lead from the corners and a toss to first, checking on Perkins, who's in safely without a tag. Erod went 6 1/3 innings against the Brewers back on the 11th of April. He can give you length. 1-2 the count on Andrew. Stretching the pitch very high on a fastball. It's 2-2. Got a big money deal a couple of years ago to go to Arizona. $80 million contract. He's battled some injuries and had a bit of inconsistency since he's been a D-back. Lefties 2-2. Line drive into left center field. It's poked in there. Falls on the grass for a base hit. Scoring from third comes Collins. Good base running Perkins. He ran it all the way and makes it to third. On a bloop RBI single by Andrew Monasterio, the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. 3 straight hits coming out of the bottom 3 in the order. And all 3 of them had a really good at-bat to ultimately earn their way on base.
That's just a tremendous at-bat from Monasterio. And Blake Perkins going first to third on that play. That is Brewers baseball right there. That is what has made them the best team in baseball record-wise and the best team in baseball aesthetically to watch play the game, because they do the little things like that so much better than everybody else.
You hit a ball into left center field like Monasterio did. The runner at first base is not supposed to be able to go to third.
No.
Not on that ball.
Nobody's thinking he's going to get to third on that play, except for Blake.
Well, timeout called as the pitching coach, that is Brian Kaplan, paying a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound for Eduardo Rodriguez. As Bryce Terang's coming up, runners still on the corners and nobody out. Hitch a ride to the Brewers games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase inside the sportsbook or make a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. Pitching coach back to the dugout, and here comes Bryce, who grounded out back in the first. Runners on the corners, 1-0 Crew. The pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. Dropped the curveball in at the knees. So the inning has begun. Double, single, single. Now let's see if the guys at the top of the lineup card can keep the momentum rolling. Lefty versus lefty matchup. The 0-1 is a pitch out. Nothing was doing. Diamondbacks thought that something would be on there. Maybe they thought they had a signal that they didn't really have. Well, you don't see a lot of true pitch outs like that anymore. 1-1, so you give Turang a ball. The pitch. He fouls out of play. Third base side into the seats, 1-2. I'm guessing that Arizona thought they knew something.
Yeah.
Bryce Turang, a 7-game hitting streak coming in. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive, it's over the head of the shortstop, Perdomo. That's the 4th straight hit. Scoring from third is Perkins. Monasterio stops at second. Turang didn't get much of it, but he got just enough to dump it in, and it's 2-0 Brewers in the third. Hitting streak up to 8, and Bryce Turang, the RBI machine, 21st run batted in the month of August. Boy, when he hit it, you thought that Geraldo Perdomo, where he was positioned, had a chance to catch the baseball, but it just flew over his head.
Hit it off the very end of the bat, only 72 miles an hour for the exit velo for Turang. And it was hit right over the head of Perdomo. If that's hit to his right or his left a little bit, he might try to take a drop step and get back there. But just kind of got caught.
So now it's first and second, nobody out for William Contreras, and he takes low ball 1. Of Bryce's many hits this month, that might have been the softest. I mean, we're used to seeing him scalding baseballs, but you take them any way they come. Contreras grounded out his first time. Infield at double play depth. He takes inside. The cutter 2-0. Well, the Brewers have Erod on the ropes. And see if they can deliver a big early punch. Already 2 runs home and nobody's out. Monasterio at second, Turang at first. Set at the chest in the 2-0. Big swing. He fouled it off the mask of the catcher Moreno. It dislodged that mask from his helmet. Fell down onto the ground. So hard the foul ball hit Gabriel Moreno. Direct hit.
Never stopped chewing his gum, though.
You know, you see a play like that and you think, can you imagine that they played the sport of baseball for like 60 years before catchers wore masks?
No.
Given some time to recover is Moreno from home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez. William knows that feeling too. I would use the word empathy, not sympathy, in that spot. 2-1. I'm ready to go back to work. Erod throws, and it swung on and missed. Tied him up with a fastball in near the hands, 2-2.
I would have to know the difference.
I'll get you a dictionary.
I think I know pretty much.
Infield double play depth, as I mentioned. 2-2 pitch. Flied foul right side and into the seats. The one thing about this inning that continues that Brewers offense, the theme that we've seen for so long, everybody's up there giving you a long at-bat. These are not balls being put in play on the first or second pitch, any of them. And Erod is already going to throw his 55th pitch. He's gotten 6 outs. 2-2. Fly ball, foul again into the seats first base side. Well, Contreras is going to see at least 7. 2-0 Milwaukee in this series opener. Sun is now setting. Temperatures are in the mid-60s. Nice Monday night crowd. We're not going to be at capacity again. 2 on, nobody out in the third. Rodriguez, 2-2 again. Line drive towards center field. In comes Alec Thomas. Goes into a slide on the backhand. Couldn't catch it. Traps the ball into his glove. Everybody moves up one base. And they're loaded on the 5th straight hit for the Crew. Slicing towards right field, so it was moving away from the speedy Alec Thomas. He did everything he could, but on that diving attempt, it just hit off his glove, and then he kept it right at his feet. Boy, that very easily could have gotten by him. Athletic play by Thomas to keep it a single. And bases are now loaded with nobody out for Christian Yelich. So Contreras with a base hit. To update the inning, double, single, 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 single. 5 consecutive hits. And here's Yelly, who struck out to end the first. Lefty versus lefty. Erod kicks and he throws, and it's grounded through the left side. That's a base hit. In from third, Monasterio. Terang right on his heels. He'll score without a throw. 6 straight Brewers hits. What a start to the home third. It is now 4-0 Milwaukee. A 2-run single by Christian Yelich the opposite way. If you were worried that this Brewers offense, after an 8-day maybe little nap, a little bit of a slumber compared to what they had done for the first couple of weeks in August, you worried that was gone? No, it has gone nowhere. It is right back. This is vintage Milwaukee Brewers offense. Staying at second was Contreras, and now here's Vaughn taking low. So you got first and second and still nobody out. Christian Yelich, by the way, with those 2 runs batted in, has reached 90. 90 RBI. 1-0 Vaughn. Takes it low. That was that changeup right near the knees, but Manny Gonzalez is not giving that pitch.
That is the 3rd most in the National League. Only Kyle Schwarber with 109 and Pete Alonso with 103 have more.
What a year for Yelich. Vaughn grounded out last inning. 2-0. Takes it, and it's inside barely. 3-0. Nobody's throwing in the Diamondbacks bullpen yet, but somebody just stood up and is about to begin. 60 pitches for Erod. He's thrown 30 in the inning and got nobody out. 4 runs are in. 2 on and the 3-0. Took inside, ball 4. And Vaughn walks on 4 consecutive. Well, that ends the streak of 6 straight base hits. But that's all right. 7 consecutive have reached base. Walk right in, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. That man who is getting up in a hurry in the bullpen. It's going to be Bryce Jarvis, the right-hander, and so to stall to give him a little bit of time, the infield comes in to meet with Eduardo Rodriguez, as does the catcher Gabriel Moreno. Bases loaded for Sal Frelick, the 8th batter to come to the plate. Bottom of the 3rd inning. What a start to it. Brewers have already scored 4 times. 7 in a row have reached, and here comes Frelick. First pitch takes inside, just barely so. These are close misses, but 5 in a row out of the zone. It's 1-0. The pitch down and away. That wasn't close on a slider smothered by the catcher Moreno. That in the right-handed batter's box. 2-0. Sal Frelick in the driver's seat. He grounded out last inning. 3 for 13 on the homestand. Lefty versus lefty. Erod has his sign and kicks. The 2-0 pitch. Took it. Oh, it tipped as he tried to check his swing. Tipped his bat. So it's a foul ball. Went right into the catcher's mitt.
That was the 34th pitch of the inning for Erod.
35, 2-1. Swing ground ball softly hit to second base. Played by Marte. He has only one play. It's at first. He throws out Frelick. Everybody advances, including Contreras, who scores the 5th run of the inning. And it's 5-0 Milwaukee. A productive first out of the 3rd. It's a Sal Frelick RBI grounder. And also, you got the other runners advancing. Yelich to 3rd and Vaughn to 2nd. That's going to be it for Eduardo Rodriguez. Wow. He is only going to record 7 outs tonight. Bryce Jarvis had enough time to get loose in the bullpen, and Torey Lovello comes and makes a pitching change. Brewers have had 8 men back.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double.
You see him just slip right off the back.
Clean up on base number 1. Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. That's good. How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark.
He had that in his glove. Wow.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what D-Rose. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
And boom, you're entered. Choose from beef and cheddar, beef and jalapeno, or bourbon and bacon smokestacks. If you're selected and the Brewers score in the first inning, you'll get a $100 Quick Trip gift card. Get all the details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Quick Trip and Old Wisconsin, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
I don't think the Diamondbacks ever would have expected to need to use a reliever in this third inning, especially the way that Eduardo Rodriguez mowed through the Brewers the first 2 innings. Perfect. But 5 runs in, Bryce Jarvis, the right-hander, replaces Erod with still runners on at second and third, and Caleb Durbin batting infield halfway in. First pitch is outside on a breaking ball.
This inning has looked a little woodpeckery.
Oh, yeah. First 6 at hits, then there was a walk, and then finally an out, RBI ground out by Frelick. 1-0. Inside from Jarvis to Caleb Durbin. So it's 2-0. Durbin made the final out of the second inning when he grounded out. Eduardo Rodriguez, first 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down, 5 ground outs, and then everything has changed. 2-0 pitch. Durbin, big swing. He pops it foul, coming back over the screen. It's 2-1. Well, former first-round pick Jarvis, back in 2020, 18th overall out of Duke, making his 9th appearance this year. No wins nor losses, a 4.40 ERA. 2-1. Line drive towards first, slicing foul. Maybe 3 or 4 feet, landing wide of the chalk. 2-2. Jarvis just got recalled for the first time in about a month and a half. 5 days ago. AAA Reno. Bryce Jarvis, the long man tonight. 2-2. Popped him up. First base playable. Into foul ground drifts. Pavin Smith looks up, makes the catch. And the runners cannot tag. That's a big out. Brewers have this 5-0 lead. Cannot add on run number 6 yet. So it'll take something with 2 outs from Isaac Collins in order to do so. That was a big pitch there made by Bryce Jarvis. Isaac Collins began this rally with a double. So the infield can retreat to regular depth. Yelich at third, Vaughn at second. First pitch. Collins takes a strike in the inside corner. Well, folks, no dental insurance, but you need dental care. The new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. The one is outside. You can join at WDAclub.com. You know, it'd be fun if Collins got a hit here for multiple reasons. One would be he'd have a hit right-handed and left-handed in the same inning. He's batting lefty here. The pitch. Line drive, poked towards second. It's going to be caught by Ketel Marte. I said line drive. It was a pop-up. Didn't get very much of it. He was still on the dirt as Ketel made the catch. Inning over. Well, those are 2 big outs for Jarvis, depending on what.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today. in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped. They got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. Needs some time card.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
Here's the throw to the plate. He's safe. No matter where you live.
Yelich sprint it home.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Brandon Woodruff now working with a 5-0 lead as he faces the middle of the Diamondbacks order in the 4th inning, beginning with Corbin Carroll, who takes outside. What a third. Brewers sent 10 to the plate. Get 5 runs. Had a chance for more even. Left a couple in scoring position. Corbin Carroll's got the only hit for the Diamondbacks. 1-0 pitch. Floats a little bit outside on a change, and it's 2-0. We discussed this earlier. The hit, quote-unquote, was a pop-up that dropped in shallow left field after some miscommunication. That's the only one the Diamondbacks have through 3 innings. 2-0 pitch, outside corner, called a strike. Running the edge, and it's 2-1. After that first inning, it's been a couple of 1, 2, 3 flawless innings brought to you by Carbless Premium Cocktails in a Can. For Woodruff, proud partner of the Brewers, stock up for your next tailgate and grab a pack of Carbless at your local grocer or find cans right here at American Family Field. 2-1, he pops it up again into shallow left. I think they're going to catch this one. Drifting into foul ground is Durbin. It's the third baseman's ball, and he makes the catch. 5 or 6 steps in foul territory. Caught indeed. 1 away. You know the slogan, by the way. Carbless, less is more. 9 in a row retired by Woody. He has looked excellent. And then here comes Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He popped out his first time. 5-0 Brewers. Woody is ready for the pitch. And he just missed a little in tight with a 2-seam fastball. Last couple of starts, Woodruff has not been able to go 5 innings. Today, very economical. He's just barely gone over 50 pitches. The pitch in there for a strike. The lower inside edge on Gurriel. It's 1-1. That was pitch number 53. 4 1/3 at the Cubs last Tuesday, the game that Lane was discussing earlier. The only game that the Brewers have lost since he has come back and pitched. Pitch. Strike called, low inside corner. Perfectly placed. Sinking fastball. 1-2 on Lourdes Gurriel. Brewers in Woodruff's first 8 appearances, 7-1 as a team. The game against the Cubs is the first time he'd even given up more than 2 runs. And works with a 5-0 lead tonight in the 4th. Wind up 1-2. Gurriel hits it foul. Defensive swing at a fastball, hit 95 on the gun. Drive around the league brought to you by Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Cubs are off tonight. Day off in San Fran. 1-2 again. Poked foul right side, drifting up, out of play. That will reach the third level. Gurriel remains in there at 1-2. The Cubs are back within 5 games of the first place Brewers in the Central. They just swept the Angels to begin their West Coast trip. They'll play the Giants in a series starting tomorrow. 1-2 again. Ground ball hit to third. 2 hops right at Durbin. Pats the glove, makes the perfect throw across in time to get Gurriel. 2 balls hit to Caleb. 1 in the air and 1 on the ground for the 2 outs to begin the 4th. Make it 10 in a row, retired by Brandon Woodruff. And here comes Pavin Smith. So the Cubs off tonight. The Pirates have taken a 4-1 lead in St. Louis over the Cardinals. That game's now in the 4th inning at Busch. Pavin Smith struck out to end the first. Then he takes low. That was the biggest outs that Woodruff has had to record thus far in his outing. He had 2 on base. That very first inning, got the swing and miss on a changeup from Pavin Smith. 1-0 pitch. Down the middle for a strike. 2-seamer 1-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates, I have said this a few times this year, they are the most enigmatic team in baseball. They are either red hot or ice cold at any given time, it feels like. 1-1 pitch is high. It's 2-1. The Pirates just went 5-1 on their last homestand. They've gotten after Michael McGreevy, the Cardinals rookie starter tonight, to lead 4-1 with a 3-run third inning. Brian Reynolds and Spencer Horwitz have homered. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Pavin Smith. 2-2. Feels like the Pirates either win 9 of 10 or lose 9 of 10. That's kind of the way their season has gone. We will see them again coming up on the road in a couple of weekends. 2-2 pitch. Smith fouls it back. High fastball. Just got to piece hit it into the screen.
I would say for every 9 and 10 they win, they lose 18 of 20.
It might be more accurate. And they're much better at home. That'll be a tough series coming up. Into the windup, Woodruff. 2-2. Smith fouls another one back high. Fastball that hit 95 on the gun. It is 2 out, nobody on. Sun has just about completely set overhead in this 5-0 Brewers lead. Game 1 of this series. About an hour and a half from the Reds and Dodgers getting underway. 2-2 again. Swing and a tip foul held on to by Contreras. He struck him out. And that now 11 in a row retired by Brandon Woodruff as he retires Pavin Smith swinging for the 2nd time tonight. Ortho ASAP.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless. Less is more.
Well, the long reliever Bryce Jarvis back to work for Arizona. He got the final 2 outs of that lengthy third in which the Brewers scored 5. Blake Perkins bluffs a bunt, pulls back, takes a strike from Jarvis. Now to begin the bottom of the 4th. So 5-0 Brewers. Blake, part of those 6 straight hits that began last inning when he singled. The 1 pitch comes in low. Perkins, Monasterio, then Terang. 8, 9, and 1 on the card due up. Brewers trying to open this series off on a winning note. The 1-1. Lifted into left field. Backing up on it, Gurriel Jr. Sprinting back. He's there on the track to make the backhanded catch. Only 5 or 6 steps in front of the fence was Lourdes Gurriel Jr. when he got there. Opposite field drive by Perkins gets caught for the first out. And here's Monasterio. Brewers hero of the game honored on the dugout a couple of innings ago. Tonight, retired Army Sergeant Major Alfred Hancock won the Bronze Star, did Sergeant Major Hancock. Monasterio bluffs a bunt, takes low. 23 years of service in the United States Army. Our hero of the game. 1-0 pitch. Low again, 2-0. Mona blooped an RBI hit to begin the scoring last inning. 1 for 1. He's hit in 5 straight. Jarvis kicks in the 2-0. Lifted foul right side out of play. Related to our hero of the game. Our friends at Network Health salute our retired veterans. Turn to them for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more, networkhealth.com/veterans. 2-1 strike called inside corner with a Jarvis slider. 2-2. And Mona will use his timeout. Pat Murphy was discussing some of his many injured players with the media earlier today, and he said that Joey Ortiz, whose spot Monasterio has been taking this whole homestand, Joey's feeling good. He was already taking ground balls during early work this afternoon. 2-2 pitch. Fouled again out of play right side by Monasterio. So they're hopeful that it'll be on the shorter side of the IL for Joey. But I'll tell you what, Monasterio's done a nice job again, filling his shoes. Jarvis of the 2-2. Fly ball right field, slicing foul into the seats again. Jackson Chourio. Remember him?
Yes, I do.
He's been out all month. And the Brewers have still had an unbelievable stretch, but he's getting closer. He played 3 straight games on a rehab assignment in Nashville over the weekend. 2-2 pitch. Fly into left field. That one is deep. Gurriel going back, turning, watching. See ya. It's into the bullpen. Monasterio smokes a home run, and the Brewers add run number 6. Wow. He just smacked that ball out of here. A solo shot, his 3rd of the year. 6-0 ball game in the 4th. Went down and got a low slider from Bryce Jarvis. 2 for 2 with 2 different RBI hits over the span of the last 2 innings for Monasterio. A bloop single and a line drive homer. Now Bryce Terang takes a strike. That's the thing about Monasterio. He can really provide some offense. And I think he gets into a groove and it gets better. Here's a pop fly into shallow left center. This one slicing right to Gurriel. Moves a few steps left, medium depth, and Gurriel reaches out and makes the catch. There are 2 away. He's had at least a hit every game this homestand, filling in for Ortiz, and he's got that pop.
Really the first time all year that he's seeing somewhat consistent playing time. And he had been hitting even with sporadic playing time, and now, as you said, he's kind of in a groove right now.
Now William Contreras, he singled during the 5-run rally last inning and lines one right field, base hit. He singles again 1 inning later. Corbin Carroll throws it in to hold William at first. Opposite field single with 2 out. Now the Brewers now with 8 hits. And Yelich coming to the plate against Jarvis. For every home run, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin donates $100 to Hunger Task Force Milwaukee. Making a difference to fight hunger in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Yelich, a 2-run single last inning. And he'll take outside corner. Backdoor cut fastball for a strike. 1 for 2 is Yelich. About 6 for 13 on the homestand. 0-1 pitch, very high from Jarvis. That flew out to the arm side. A leaping catch by Moreno. 1-1. So Churio's getting closer. Pat Murphy said probably at least another day or two. Nashville didn't have a game tonight. They'd like to see him back out there tomorrow. Big swing and a miss by Yelich. Challenge fastball from Jarvis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rhys Hoskins has played 5 games with Nashville on his rehab assignment. He's hit a couple of home runs. There'll be some decisions to be made. 1-2 pitch, very high, 2-2 on Yelich. They hold on Contreras at first with Pavin Smith. 2 out. The run in on the Monasterio homer. It's 6-0 Brewers in the 4th. Pat Murphy said about Hoskins, he was out for so long, it's been close to 2 months. They want him to get as many at-bats as possible. Pitch outside and high, and now another pretty big miss. It's a full count on Yelich. Hoskins hasn't played with the Brewers since that July 4th series in Miami. Remember, that's when he got hurt. So he'll take some more time with Nashville. Contreras will be running on the pitch with 2 out. There he goes, 3-2, swing and a miss. Chased the low slider. Yelich gone via the K. That's the first for Bryce Jarvis. A home run by Andrew Monasterio adds run number 6. 6-0 Brewers. Woodruff back to the mound for the 5th.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
What a start to this series through 4 innings against the Diamondbacks. Brandon Woodruff has been excellent. He's ready to go back to work for the 5th, and here's Lane.
All right, thank you, Josh. Gabriel Moreno leads off for the Diamondbacks, and the first pitch from Woodruff is in there for strike. Sinker at 92, and it's 0-1. Jacob Mizorowski will take the ball tomorrow night for the Brewers. That's always fun. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 94 miles an hour with a fastball at the very top of the strike zone for Woodruff, and it's quickly 0-2 on Moreno. Brandon Pfaadt will take the ball for the Diamondbacks. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Moreno. And a pop-up foul and out of play first base side. Stays at 0-2. Mizorowski tried to bounce back from that outing at Wrigley where outside of a stretch of about 4 batters he was outstanding. Oh, 2 pitch. That missed down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a changeup that time from Woodruff. Moreno popped up in foul territory to Contreras back in the second inning. It's Moreno, Del Castillo, and Alexander to hit here for the Diamondbacks. 1-2. That is a called third strike. A fastball at 94. Clipped the outside edge. Strikeout number 5 for Brandon Woodruff. Ortho ASAP strikeout. And there's one away for Adrian Del Castillo, who struck out against Woodruff back in the second inning. Woody is at 69 pitches so far. And the pitch missed outside with a curveball. It's 1-0. He has been very good so far. He's given up just the 1 hit, and frankly, that shouldn't have been a hit. 1-0, swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Chased a sinker off the plate away. Not arguing with the scoring decision, saying that the Brewers should have made the play. 1-1 pitch. That is in there for a strike with a cutter at 91 at the top of the zone. And it's 1-2. And Woodruff is in a good rhythm right now. And he is pumping strikes. Average velo on the 4-seamers 94 tonight. And there's a called third strike with a fastball at 94 on the outside edge. Brandon Woodruff with his 6th Ortho ASAP strikeout. And there's 2 down and nobody on for Blaze Alexander. Alexander struck out against Woodruff. Back in the second. First pitch is a chopper foul up the third base line. And it's 0-1. 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Josh Maurer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you. 6-0 Brewers, top of the 5th inning. 0-1 on Alexander, the pitch, and that just missed a little bit high and outside with a sinker. And it is 1-1. Time for a vibe check. The vibes are good right now at American Family Field. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 1-1 is the count. Woodruff looking in through his glove, and the pitch missed away. 2-1. We've seen some 95s, even some 96s from Woodruff tonight. We've seen that over the course of this year. Starting to see it with a little bit more repetition, though. 2-1. A swing and a miss. Sinker at 93, and it's 2-2. Just a little bit more frequency on the velo that we're seeing from Woodruff. It was similar to this the last time out, but tonight the command has been impeccable. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Alexander. Woodruff brings home the pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Woodruff strikes out the side. In the top of the 5th inning, he has sat down 14.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man. Yeah, let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Sealy mattress, just $199. Shop Steinhafels in-store and on steinhafels.com.
Andrew Vaughn leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. And the first pitch from Jarvis is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. It is 6-0 Brewers. Brewers with a 5-run third. They added a solo home run in the 4th from Andrew Monasterio. 0-1 is low with a slider. That has just not been open for business tonight for home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez. I'll say this. We were complaining a lot about it early. It's been consistent. He has not given that pitch down low. 1-1 in there with a strike. And it's 1-2. Save for maybe one pitch I can remember that was down there that he gave a strike. Everything's been a ball when it's been down right on that lower edge, according to our box that we look at. 1-2 is a called third strike. Fastball at 95 right down the middle. And Vaughn strikes out looking. For Jarvis, that's his second strikeout in relief, and there's one away for Sal Frelick. Well, August and September mean crunch time for pennant races. Also means you've got 2 months of great grilling before summer fades into fall. You keep grilling in the winter, too. Pitch is in there with a curveball for a strike. It's 0-1 on Frelick. It's just the optimal time to grill starts to fade a little bit. Don't miss a great day of grilling with U-Zingers. You're going to enjoy every single bite. 0-1 is a chopper to second base. Charging it is Marte. Flips to first, and Frelick made it a close play, but they got him by a step. And there's 2 away now for Caleb Durbin. U-Zingers in baseball. It's just not summer without them. You know that by now. We know that here. We were talking about U-Zingers needing to launch a frog legs product after the ceremony yesterday, with Bob Uecker loving frog legs, according to George Brett and Robin Yount. Caleb Durbin takes a strike, and it's 0-1. A 1. Down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh is offering nothing on that.
Can you confirm? I never saw it. Bob eating frog legs.
Well, I mean, they
told the story.
Yeah, is it Don and Charlie's? The 1-1 is a pop-up into shallow center. Alec Thomas coming in and calling everybody off, makes the catch, and the inning is over.
I was wondering if you'd ever had frog legs with Bob.
No, I never have.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 2nd. Toyota, let's go places.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
We go to the 6th inning. Brandon Woodruff back out there on the mound for the Crew. And the first pitch to Alec Thomas in there for a strike with a curveball. It is 0-1. Woodruff has sat down 14 straight. He's allowed a walk and a hit tonight. A 1 pitch is a ground ball up the middle. That's going to sneak into center field for a base hit. So the minute we set it, Alec Thomas ruined it. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Diamondbacks. That is the first, what I would say, hit without quotation marks. Because the first hit back in the first inning was a pop-up that just landed between 2 defenders in shallow left. That, a legitimate hit. 104 off the bat. Ground ball back up the middle, and here's Geraldo Perdomo. Woodruff looks in, first pitch. And in there with a strike. It's 0-1. Woody's at 80 pitches so far, so certainly Brewers like to get him through the 6th and then see where they go from there. And Murphy talking about keeping Brandon Woodruff on a more of a 6-man rotation type of plan moving forward when they can, as Perdomo swings on it and fouls it back, and it's 0-2. That's going to get easier in a couple of days when rosters expand. He'll go to 28 on September the 1st. And now time called by Perdomo. No balls and 2 strikes here at the plate. You'll add a position player and you'll add a pitcher in September. And the Brewers would have the ability to probably move some guys up and down, maybe even. Oh, pitch came in and I think it hit Perdomo. Perdomo is holding his hand and he is going to be awarded first base. You could hear it up here, so you weren't sure if maybe it got some of the knob of the bat, and it might have, but I think it definitely got his hand too, and the pain that he looks to be in right now as the trainer on his way out there to check on Perdomo. And he is in a lot of pain, and this is a really good young shortstop holding that right hand. It looks like Torey Lovullo has made his way out there also to check on Perdomo. They're going to do some testing on that right wrist, it would appear. Make sure that he's got his grip still and some strength in it. Came in and, yeah, got him right kind of on the back side of the hand. Right up close to the wrist area.
Remember, Bryce Terang got hit in a similar spot at the beginning of this homestand. Ended up having to miss a game when there was some swelling. But fortunately for the Brewers, that one didn't end up being terribly serious. You always get worried when you get hit in the hands.
So the Diamondbacks are going to have first and second here. Perdomo appears to be staying in this game. He hands all of his protective gear to the trainer. He will take that back into the dugout with him. But the Diamondbacks, after really being quiet and had been retired 14 straight times in this game, now have first and second and nobody out. And now the Thunder comes to the plate for them, and Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll, who's in the on-deck circle. So this is a little bit of troublesome waters here for Woody. Brandon looks back at second, brings home the first pitch, a swing and a miss. Sinker down below the zone. Marte went after it, and it's 0-1. So Thomas with good speed at second. Perdomo can run as well. He's at first. Woodruff brings home the 0-1, and he checked. He did not offer. Pitch should have been a strike anyway. It was called a ball. 1-1. I think he did check, but should have been a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Marte. The pitch, swing and a miss. He took a massive cut at a sinker at 94 that time from Woodruff. Marte was trying to cut the Brewers' lead in half with that swing. If the Diamondbacks are going to get themselves back into this game, this is their opportunity to do it right here. 1-2 on Marte. Woodruff looks back at second and brings home the pitch, and it's a ground ball past the diving Vaughn and into right field. Around third is Thomas. He is going to score. The throw is cut off, by Vaughn. On his way to third goes Perdomo. It is an RBI single for Ketel Marte, and the Diamondbacks are on the board. RBI number 59 on the year for Marte. And the leadoff single from Thomas has come around and scored. And now more trouble for Woodruff. Brewers will start getting Aaron Ashby up in that bullpen out in left center field. So now he's got to deal with Corbin Carroll, who's 1 for 2. Had a base hit back in the first on that little bloop into left. Woodruff brings home the first pitch. And Carroll fouled it down into the ground in front of Contreras. It's 0-1. Still nobody out in the inning. And approaching 90 pitches now for Woodruff. Brings home the 0-1 pitch. It's a little chopper off the end of the bat towards third. Barehanded by Durbin. He couldn't get it. Didn't pick it up cleanly. The run scores from third in Perdomo. Stopping at second is Marte. And now the Diamondbacks putting together an inning and a start to an inning very similar to how the Brewers put together the third. And Chris Hook is on his way out to chat with Brandon Woodruff here. That was a swinging bunt up the third baseline. Kind of a do-or-die play for Durbin. If he fields that with a bare hand, he's probably got a shot. But you also have Corbin Carroll running, who runs about as well as anybody in the league, so it's still going to be a really tough play. Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound by Hook. Hitch a ride to Milwaukee Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the Sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. So it's a 6-2 game now, as the Diamondbacks have played it a couple of runs, and they still have first and second and nobody out. And now here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. How about getting an RBI and a base hit on a ball that you hit 47.5 miles per hour off the bat of Corbin Carroll? This is the third time through for the Diamondbacks against Woodruff, and they've had some better swings so far. The Marte hit was hard hit. First pitch to Gurriel, and this is a fly ball down the left field line, and it is going to fly out of here. It is a 3-run home run for Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and just like that, it is a 6-5 ball game. And there is still nobody out in the sixth. Boy, that escalated quickly. He got a sinker at 93, and it was about thigh high on the inner half of the plate, and he turned on that pitch and got the barrel to it and sent it out to left for Gurriel's 19th home run of the season. And just like that, we got a major ball game on our hands. Here's Pavin Smith. First offering. It's high, and it's 1-0. Smith has struck out both times against Woodruff tonight. Now Woodruff was just cruising coming into this inning. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Smith. It can change in a hurry in this game. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased a fastball at 92. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moreno in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed low. And it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Smith. Smith has been a guy that been a part of this Diamondbacks team for the last handful of years. Going back to that team that really struggled in 22. 2-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Woodruff. That is his 8th of the night. And he gets the first out of the 6th inning here. And that'll get Moreno to the plate. Woodruff will probably face Moreno here, the right-handed hitter, and this would be it, one would think, for Woodruff. 93 pitches. And you got a lefty in Del Castillo in the on-deck circle with a lefty up in Ashby out in that bullpen. First offering is a swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 0-1. Brewers still have the lead. It is 6-5, but it is a different vibe in the ballpark right now than it was just 5 minutes ago. 0-1 pitch to Moreno is a fly ball to right. This is going to push Frelick back onto the warning track with a play. Makes the catch, and that's the second out of the inning. And Del Castillo will be the 8th batter of this inning. He's not going to face Brandon Woodruff. Pat Murphy's out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Brandon. And Aaron Ashby's going to come into this game. U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen has been made. They're a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. And they remind you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with US mode. Well, no, Brandon Woodruff is lobbying to stay in this game. So turn your notifications off, but stay with us. Pat Murphy made his way out, but this is the second mound visit of the inning because Chris Hook already went out and visited. So Manny Gonzalez saying no, he's got to come out of the game.
Whoops.
And so Brandon Woodruff, who had lobbied to stay in the game and told Pat Murphy, I want to stay in, and Murphy said, okay, you've earned that. Started to go back, but Manny Gonzalez said, no, that's the second mound visit of the inning, and so it has to be Ashby to come into this con.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindos.
There you have it. Sounds like the secret is George Webb's Double Play Meal Deal. 7 crave-worthy cheeseburgers and 2 fries. Available all season long so you can fuel up for every game. George Webb. Our kitchen is always cooking. Mm-mm.
Brewers lead at 6-5. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And Brandon Woodruff will exit this game. Aaron Ashby taking over on the mound, and Adrian Del Castillo will be the batter. He is the 8th hitter of this inning for the Diamondbacks. He squares to bunt and then peels back and takes a curveball for strike one. It's 0-1. So Woodruff's night is complete. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, a walk and 8 strikeouts. There were moments tonight that he was absolutely dominant, and the line score maybe won't reflect how well he pitched for the majority of the night. Another curveball, another strike from Ashby, and it's 0-2 on Del Castillo. Del Castillo has struck out both times tonight. He's 0 for 2. Ashby looks in, and the pitch. And he took a called third strike with a sinker on the outside edge at 96. Another ortho ASAP strikeout, the first one of the night for Ashby, and the 9th for the Brewers staff in the
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Energy you can depend on.
Now get 50% off all window styles, plus you could pay nothing until 2027. Don't miss out. Schedule your quote at 866-90-NATION or windownation.com.
Brewers lead it 6-5. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Isaac Collins coming to the plate for the third time tonight to lead things off. Jarvis still out there on the mound for the Diamondbacks. First offering is down in the dirt, and it's 1-0. 6th inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is James Stolp from Eau Claire. James will win a gift card jackpot of $650 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. And $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this half. 1-0 pitch to Collins, in there with a strike, and it's 1-1. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter service and savings. That's Woodman's. Visit WTMJ.com for official contest rules and details. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. And it's 1-2. Collins had the double to start the big rally in the third. Pitch is brought home. It's a chopper over the head of Jarvis. Played behind the bag by Perdomo, the shortstop. Throws to first, and it got Collins by a step. And there's one away for Perkins. Both of these teams have 5-run innings in this game. Brewers in the third. Diamondbacks just had theirs in the 6th. The difference is an Andrew Monasterio solo shot in the bottom of the 4th. So here's Perkins. First pitch brought home, misses up and away. And it's 1-0. That was a curveball that slipped out of the hands, it looked like, of Jarvis. And a pop-up foul and out of play third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike on Blake. Take another look out your windows. You can upgrade with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Pitch is over but low with a changeup. 2 balls and 1 strike. Right now, score 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. 2-1. And Perkins took a strike with a changeup at the knees. It's 2-2. Attendance tonight, 28,486. Two. Down and in. And the count goes full on Perkins. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is weird to be in this ballpark and it's not sold out right now. The Brewers are selling out, it feels like, every single game, or close to it. 3-2 pitch. Perkins chops one foul. Got a piece of it and stays alive. That was a changeup down below the zone, but Perk offered at it and was at least able to get a piece of it and hang in there. You got Monasterio, who right now, again, as we told you a little bit ago, is the difference in this game. In the on-deck circle. Jarvis taking a little bit of time before he climbs on. He's only got 5 left on the pitch clock, working out of the windup. Brings home the 3-2 pitch, and Perkins able to check on a slider that missed down and in, and he works the walk. Ortho ASAP, walk right in. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Brewers lead at 6-5, bottom of the 6th inning, and here's Andrew Monasterio, who's having himself a night at the plate. He's driven in 2 runs. He's 2 for 2. He's got a single and a homer. First offering, and Andrew took a fastball low. It's 1-0. Again, very similar to some of those pitches Woodruff wasn't getting early in the game either. Right about knee high. Looks like it's just at the very bottom of the strike zone, but that is not the zone for Manny Gonzalez tonight. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a fastball about belt high, and it's 1-1. Monasterio with 5 hits on this homestand now, too. Went 3 for 10 over the weekend against the Giants. Turn and a toss to first, and he bounced it in there. And a really good save by Pavin Smith. Jarvis about threw that one away, and if he did, Perkins is at least standing at second base. 1 ball and 1 strike on Monasterio. The pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball at 94 at the top of the zone, and it's 1-2. Andrew was such a big part of the 2023 club that won the NL Central. He really manned third base for a good chunk of that season. 1-2 pitch, and I think he offered it that one. He did. Fastball up and in. Monasterio strikes out. That's the 2nd out of the inning. 3rd strikeout for Jarvis in relief. And that'll get Bryce Terang to the plate.
He's been an unsung hero tonight for the Diamondbacks, Bryce Jarvis. He's gotten 10 outs. He's gone longer than Eduardo Rodriguez did by a lot. And he's kept the team in the game, giving them a chance to come back.
First offering to Terang's in there for a strike with a changeup, and it's 0-1. Yeah, the only blemish, the home run, really allowed to Monasterio. Gave up the base hit to Contreras, but he's been good. 0-1. Pitch missed up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. When something happens like what happened in that 3rd inning, where the Brewers were just getting base runner after base runner and hit after hit, you just need somebody to come in and slow the thing down a little bit, and Jarvis has done that. 1-1. Terang swings on it and fouls it back into the net. And it's 1-2 on Bryce. Would think the Brewers will ask for a little length out of Aaron Ashby tonight, too. He's been so good in this role this year for the Brewers. There's nobody up in the bullpen. Ashby will definitely get the 7th. 1-2. That missed down and away with a changeup. He didn't chase it. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bryce. RBI single back in that 3rd. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Terang already at the plate for a 4th time in this game in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch, and Bryce swings on it, fouls it back into the Loge level, down into our left. And he hangs in there. Jarvis has thrown 55 pitches in relief. There is bodies a-stirring down in that Diamondbacks bullpen, but nobody warming as of yet. 2-2 on Bryce. Here's the pitch, and he took inside. The count is full. It is 3-2. You've got Contreras in the on-deck circle. He has a couple of hits tonight. Brewers would love to push this lead back to 2 or 3 runs if they could. 3-2 pitch, popped him up. Left side. Plays Alexander, the 3rd baseman, ends up making the catch in fair territory in shallow left. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. We go to the...
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs. Steve's company.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
6-5 Brewers as we enter the 7th inning, and stepping back in with the play-by-play. Here's Josh.
Anybody's ball game, and it's turned into a nip-and-tuck affair. In game 1 of this series, Blaze Alexander leads off against Aaron Ashby, and he bunts at a breaking ball, bunts it foul. Awkward-looking bunt attempt at a curveball. What a strange game. First 5 innings, absolute Brewers dominance. Brandon Woodruff as good as we've seen him. Then the Diamondbacks scored 5 runs in about 30 seconds. That's what it felt like. And it's 6-5 Brewers, 0-1. Another curveball. That one dipped low on Blaze Alexander, 1-1. They scored 5 runs in the first 5 batters of the 6th. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. capped it off with a 3-run home run. But Woodruff got the next 2. 1-1 pitches inside, and then this man Ashby came in and got a strikeout to begin his outing. The bullpen is quiet. It's Aaron's game in the visiting 7th, protecting a 1-run lead. Blaze Alexander struck out the first 2 times he faced Brandon Woodruff tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Bunts again, and he bunts foul again. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. He bunts it to the backstop. He's tried to bunt twice in this at-bat. Not sure how Torey Lovella would feel about that, but it's 2-2. You got Alec Thomas in the on-deck circle. Then the top of the order, Geraldo Perdomo. Blaze Alexander, right-handed hitter, waits. 2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Painted the inside corner with a 97-mile-an-hour sinking fastball. Aaron Ashby, what a pitch. His sinker lane, it moves almost like you're looking at a slider. There is so much movement to it, and he's throwing it 97. We've seen him touch 99 miles an hour in recent outings.
Yeah, I don't know how to read all the metrics and such, but there's so much depth to it, it seems like.
1 out for Thomas, lefty-lefty. He bunts, and he bunts through the pitch. I guess the Diamondbacks have just decided the stuff is so good we can't hit it. We'll just try to bunt. 0-1. Ortho ASAP, the first 2 batters against Ashby have struck out looking. You can start healing faster. ASAP, meet with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. Alec Thomas began the 5-run rally last inning with a single. Lefty-lefty in the 0-1. Full swing, and he pops it foul. Coming back over the screen. 0-2. Well, another close game for these Brewers. It's the way it was all weekend against the Giants for the most part. 0-2 pitch. Lashed foul out of play down the left field line by Alec Thomas to stay alive. Game 1 of a 4-game series as the National League West homestand continues. Giants, now Diamondbacks. There it comes, 0-2. Chopped foul by Thomas, first base side. It hits the Brewers' dugout fencing. Brewers drop 2 of 3 to San Francisco. Now they take on Arizona for the first time in almost 4.5 months. Diamondbacks team that has been playing good baseball this month coming in here. 6-5 Crew. The pitch down and away. Slider bounced in. Ball 1 on Thomas. This series, night games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then the finale will be a matinee on Thursday before the Brewers then head to Toronto. Take on the leaders in the American League East over the weekend, Interleague. 1 out in the 7th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball that bounced in there. That fooled Thomas. Make it 3 consecutive strikeouts. Aaron Ashby looking filthy here to begin his outing. 2 gone in the 7th inning. Ortho ASAP presents all of them, and that brings up Geraldo Perdomo. Good to see that he's stayed in this game. You may remember last inning he was hit on the wrist with a pitch. Looked painful, but he has continued. He's 0 for 2 with that hit by pitch and a run. Now batting right-handed for the first time, and he takes a strike from Ashby. 98. Inside edge.
I'm looking forward to seeing the crowds in Toronto. I think it's going to be quite an atmosphere this weekend.
I bet you it will be. 0-1 pitch. He bluffed a bunt. Did not go through with it. Pulled back on ball 1 away. Toronto, they've actually kind of been the American League's version of the Brewers this year. The way they've played and dominated for several months, pulling away in the AL East. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Whoa, a half-hearted cut. Pitch that bounced into Contreras' mitt. That's about as feeble of a swing as you'll see from a major leaguer. And a good hitter in Perdomo.
Ashby's stuff tonight is on a different level. I mean, it's been good all year. This is different.
1-2 pitch, fouled back. Got a piece of 98. Hit it into the screen. Remains 1-2 on Geraldo Perdomo. Yeah, and these guys are not chopped liver. Perdomo's the 8th leading hitter in the National League coming into tonight. Trying for a 1-2-3 inning. 6-5 Brewers. 1-2 pitch. Down low. Changeup. Tried it. Bounced it. Don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers and 2 fries for just $17.99. Win, lose, home or away. Visit georgewebb.com for locations and details. 2 out. Bases empty. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball spoiled foul. Curveball. And Perdomo just rolls it up the third baseline. Yeah, it's a tough week, but they all are now this time of the year. The hot Diamondbacks team, then the Blue Jays on the road. Phillies when we get back on Labor Day. 2-2. Ashby kicks and deals, and it's lined through the right side, just past the dive of Terang. Base hit, but the tying run aboard Geraldo Perdomo. That's a really good at-bat. Some singles are more impressive than others, and that one would be near the top of my list. The way that he looked on those first few pitches. Battled in there, got a 99-mile-an-hour sinker out away from him, and he lined it opposite way. So Perdomo aboard. Here comes the dangerous Ketel Marte. First pitch. Got it in there for a strike with a sinker at the knees. Another pressure point. This is one of the best hitters in the league, Marte. RBI hit last inning. 1 for 2 with a walk. 0-1. Down low. Tried the changeup, and Marte did not chase. Nick Mears begins to throw in the pen as the Brewers cling to a 6-5 7th inning lead. 2 out. Perdomo, good speed. The 1-1 pitch. Marte swings over the top of a curveball. Just biting downward. That big looping breaking pitch. Ended up at his ankles, couldn't touch it. 1-2. Ashby is ahead of the all-star second baseman Ketel Marte. And he throws, misses down and in. 98 with sink. 2-2. By the way, there's still no activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen. They have already gotten 3 2/3 innings from long reliever Bryce Jarvis tonight. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball again, and a beauty. He struck him out. Marte throws his bat, throws his helmet. What are you going to do when you see stuff like that? Oh, he throws his arm guard for good measure. I'd be frustrated as well.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and AJ Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
We'll take some more of that.
Small what?
Swing a line drive. Deep center. It's gone. A walk-off home run.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Brewers still leading 6-5 thanks to great work from Aaron Ashby. Bottom 7, Contreras is leading off, and he's taken a strike after a ball from Bryce Jarvis. Former first-round pick of the Diamondbacks. He's been in the minors more than the majors this year, but he's been excellent tonight for 3 2/3 innings. 1-1. Strike 2 called. Jarvis has been the Diamondbacks player of the game thus far. Came in with 1 out in the 3rd. He's recorded 11 outs and given up just 1 run. Contreras singled against him, though. 1-2 pitch taken high, 2-2. Now the Brewers trying to add on some network health insurance with the big bats coming up. 7th inning, Contreras, Yelich, Vaughn, due. And William is 2 for 3 tonight. Wind up 2-2 pitch. Fisted foul. That'll get back out of play. For over 40 years, Network Health has been helping baseball fans with their health insurance needs. Visit networkhealth.com today. Everybody's stretched out. 28,000 plus. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Jarvis 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball right on by Contreras. Jarvis has had a bit of deception with his pitches tonight. They're not overpowering. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball pretty much right down the middle. Brewers have had some uncomfortable-looking swings against it. That's his 4th strikeout. And that brings to the plate Yelich, who had a 2-run single earlier. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. By the way, the Island Resort, your premier resort destination, largest north of Milwaukee, the place to be for what remains of the summer. Book your trip today, islandresortandcasino.com. Yelly takes inside, spins away from a cutter coming towards his elbow. 1-1. That bullpen for the Diamondbacks still quiet. 1-1 pitch. Line into right field. In comes Corbin Carroll, but he'll have to play it on a bounce. That's a base hit for Christian Yelich. 2nd single of the night for Yelly as he puts on the brakes at first. And then just the 3rd base hit against Bryce Jarvis will bring Andrew Vaughn to the plate.
7 for 15 on this homestand now for Yelich.
He was really their best hitter of the Giants series and has continued that tonight. Important run at first. 6-5 Brewers, and here comes Andrew Vaughn. 1 out, Jarvis's pitch inside. Glanced off the glove of the catcher Moreno, but stayed right at his feet. Ball 1 on Vaughn. Andrew has walked, but 0 for 2 officially. Ground out and a strikeout against this guy. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 pitch. Popped him up on the infield right side. Played for the second baseman, Ketel Marte, who drifts near the bag and on the dirt makes a 2-handed catch. Then tried to drop it intentionally, but the umpire said he held on to it long enough to have it be an out. If you're going to do that, just drop it. Don't catch it first. I think he thought at the end, this is better. If I drop it, I could exchange Vaughn at first for Yelich because they would have had a force out at second, which actually would have been a smart play, but he didn't execute it. He caught the ball, and then he pretended to drop it. So 2 out, runner at first, and here's Frelick. Jarvis turns, throws to first, and Yelich belly flops safely back into the bag. Salo for 3 tonight, 3 groundouts, but he does have an RBI. Ground out in that 5-run third inning. First pitch to him is a strike on a changeup at the top of the zone. Drive Around the League brought to you by Construction Business Group. Told you how hot the Pirates have been. Well, the Cardinals have come back to take a 6-5 lead on Pittsburgh. 0-1 is popped up. Left side of the infield this time. Play for the third baseman, Blaze Alexander. Retreats about a step onto the left field grass. Blaze makes the catch. Bryce Jarvis, excellent tonight. A hero for the Diamondbacks in relief. 4 2.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Ashby back for the 8th, 6-5 Brewers, and here's Lane.
All right, thank you, Josh. Corbin Carroll, a big swing and a miss at a sinker at 97 at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Carroll had an infield single back in that 6th inning right before Gurriel hit the 3-run home run. A 1 is popped up fouling out of play third base side. It's 0-2 on Carroll. That's the big swing in this game for the Diamondbacks. It took a 6-2 lead and made it an 6-5 lead for the Brewers. They've held it from that point forward. The 0-2's up and in with a sinker, and little chin music for Carroll, who had to peel back and get out of the way. It's 1-2. Man, that had a lot of movement on it. I mean, it's like a frisbee up there right now. And it's a sinker. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider in the zone. Another ortho ASAP strikeout for Ashby. He has 5 in relief. Goodness.
Every out he's recorded.
Yeah. And here's Gurriel. And yeah, when you see the slider after you've seen that sinker up and in like that, what are you going to do? How do you cover the plate? First pitch to Gurriel is a pop-up. Foul territory. This one will get out of play first base side and reach the seats above the Brewers dugout. It's 0-1. Started him out with a sinker at the very top of the zone at 97. I'll say this about Ashby. I'm not sure this is the biggest night velo we've seen from him with the sinker. It's not been bad. We've seen some 99s in there. But we haven't seen like that 99.5, that 99.6. Seeing a lot of 90s, upper 97s, lower 98s. But that might also be why you're getting just that little extra movement on the sinker, too. A 1. And that one was a changeup down. 1 ball and 1 strike on Gurriel. Changeup at 92 miles an hour. I mean, this is some really filthy stuff from the left side. 1-1. That is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm going to say something, and it might surprise some people, but Aaron Ashby from the left side, yeah, he's not hitting 102, but this is stuff on the level of Jacob Mizorowski. Pitch is a little low with a curveball. 3 balls and 1 strike. It is not apples to apples, and I get that. But it is stuff that if you're a hitter in the box, you're like, I don't see this every day. 3-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup that he had on the outside edge. It was up a little bit, just appetizing enough for Gurriel to go after it. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning and nobody on. Ashby's 3-2 pitch. And he missed low with a curveball. He walked him. So that is the second base runner that Ashby's allowed. And that'll get Pavin Smith to the plate. Today's 8th inning is brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council. Earn great union wages and benefits, building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's liunawisconsin.org. And feel the power. So we'll have a pinch hitter here for the Diamondbacks. It is going to be Vargas. Ildemaro Vargas is going to hit for Arizona. And because of that, Contreras will go out for a conversation, and Pat Murphy's going to make the call to the bullpen. He is going to counter. And Nick Mears was up again, and that is going to be it for Aaron Ashby. Mears is coming into this game to face Ildemaro Vargas, the veteran that has been around over the course of his career. It's a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. They're proud to support the Brew Crew when the game is on. Don't miss your chance.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice. Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
Giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Nick Mears is making his 56th appearance of the year. He's 5-3 with a 2.92 ERA. And he will face Ildemaro Vargas, the veteran of 9 years in the big leagues. Vargas, a switch hitter. Brewers prefer him from the left side. That's why they go and get Mears. Gurriel is at first, being held on by Vaughn. The first pitch brought home is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Vargas broke in with the Diamondbacks back in 2017 at the age of 25. He's bounced around a little bit over the years. Pitch is a strike with a fastball at 95, and it's 0-2. Twins in 2020, Cubs in 2020, Cubs in 21. Also then found himself in Pittsburgh, back in Arizona in 21, back to the Cubs in 22. Nats last couple of years, and now back in Arizona for a third stint with the Diamondbacks. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit to first. It's a fair ball. No, a foul ball called by Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire. Vaughn came up and fielded it, and it looked like maybe Vaughn had fielded it in fair territory, but Manny Gonzalez with a very clear and audible call of foul. Get a look at this. I think that's probably right. It hit on the white chalk, but Vaughn scooped it one hop later, and I think it was just foul. Here's a chopper to second base. This one's fair. Terrain goes to second for one. Monasterio's return not in time. Vargas able to stay out of the double play by maybe a step. And the Brewers did all they could to try to turn a 4-6-3 double play. And before Moreno hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Josh Maurer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here tonight. Top of the 8th inning, 6-5 Brewers. Runner at first, 2 outs. And now Gabriel Moreno is the batter. Mears brings home the pitch. It's lined right into the glove of Caleb Durbin. It almost took his head off in the process. He had to duck out of the way after he caught it. It was hit hard, but right at him, and the inning is over. So,
gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
More affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
You'll never miss a game on the home of the Brewers.
We would never do such a thing on the television side. Yeah, right.
620 WTMJ.
It is 6-5 Brewers. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Caleb Durbin, who just snagged that liner to end the top of the 8th, leads off the bottom of the 8th for the Crew. Vargas stays in the game as the first baseman for Arizona. First pitch brought home to Durbin is rolled foul just above the Diamondbacks' third base dugout. It's 0-1. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandies, a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. Might have been in the mood for more of an amber on a 67 degrees at first pitch kind of day tonight at American Family Field. Here's the 0-1 to Durbin, and the breaking ball clipped the inside corner with a slider. It is 0-2. Aaron Ashby and Nick Mears combining for a 0 in that 8th inning. Ashby looked nasty tonight. Pitch brought home, and Durbin took low with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Durbin homered yesterday. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Brewers would love just a little bit of breathing room as Abner Uribe is getting loose in the bullpen. It'll be his ball in the 9th. And Durbin, a high fly ball, deep left field. Gurriel at the track. Bye-bye baseball. Caleb Durbin homers in back-to-back games. His 9th of the season, and boy, is that one big swing of insurance for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 8th. He got a fastball about belt high at 94, and he sent it out of here to left. Second home run of the night for the Crew. Both have been solo shots. One from Durbin, one from Monasterio. And here's Isaac Collins. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
What was that you said right before the pitch about loving to add on? Didn't take him long. Good call, partner.
That is a big swing from Caleb. 0-1 to Collins. He is a swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 0-2. $100 to Hunger Task Force, courtesy of Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, for that home run. Making a difference to fight hunger in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Caleb Durbin has put together a very fine rookie season. Gets overlooked, I feel like, at times. 0-2 is high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's essentially learned how to play a position he hasn't played much at. And he's been really good defensively over at third base for the Crew. Jarvis brings home the pitch down in the dirt. They appeal to third. He didn't go. It was a curveball, and Collins able to check. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Isaac. Isaac is 1 for 3 tonight. This is his 4th at bat, but it's only the 3rd inning that he's hit in tonight. Because he had 2 at bats in that 3rd. Two-two pitch. Collins took a strike at the very top of the zone, and Isaac didn't like it. That looked like it was well up and out of the strike zone. Collins not happy. The Brewers dugout barking a little bit at Manny Gonzalez as well. That was a changeup, and it was up. So here's Blake Perkins. Perkins takes a curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Collins strikes out looking. And the 0-1 pitch. That is low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Perkins with a base hit back in that 5-run 3rd. He also walked back in the 6th, so he's been on twice tonight. 1-1. Perkins takes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jarvis looking in. And the pitch. Change-up, landed for a strike right down the middle. And it's 2-2. Well, nothing beats the heat like cold, creamy Cedar Crest ice cream. Perfect on a hot summer day. Grill up a tasty Usinger Braten at a little Pine River cheese spread. Pitch is down, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I also used the pepper jack cheese spread today on a turkey sandwich. I toasted the bun, spread the pepper jack on it, and then threw the turkey and a little lettuce. Worked perfectly. That's a taste of Wisconsin. Pitch is a call. 3rd strike on Perkins, and that has not been a strike tonight. Right down at the very bottom of the strike zone. It's in the box, but that has not been a strike tonight. So back-to-back strikeouts looking after Durbin launched the home run out to left, and now here's Andrew Monasterio. First offering is a little low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 7-5 Brewers. Solo home run from Durbin has given the Brewers a 2-run advantage here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch is a fly ball to left. It's hit pretty well. Gurriel tracking it on the track, and 1 step in front of the wall. He makes the catch right in front of the Brewers bullpen. It'll be a 7-5 lead, and the Brewers will take it to the 9th as Abner Uribe will come in and try to finish this one off.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball. I wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Jobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Your hometown crew.
Yelich trying to steal home. Here's the throw to the plate. He's safe.
No matter where you live.
Yelich sprinted home.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Abner Uribe is on, and this is a Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club Saves opportunity. Save up to 55% on dental care from a network of trusted WDA dentists. Uribe is 63rd appearance of the year. 1.73 ERA for Abner. And for Abner, trying to collect his third save of the season. He has converted 2 in 4 opportunities so far this year. He will get Adrian Del Castillo to lead things off for the Diamondbacks. This is the bottom third of the order scheduled to hit for Arizona. 7-5 Brewers lead. Uribe brings home the first pitch, and the slider lands for a strike, and it's 0-1. Brewers trying to get back in the win column after dropping contests to the Giants on Saturday and Sunday. Uribe, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss at a sinker at 99.7. We'll call it 100. Yeah. Down below the zone, Del Castillo went after it, and he came up empty. Uribe, 0-2 pitch. Slider missed low. It's 1-2. Brewers led at 1.6-0 in this game. Diamondbacks with a 5-run 6th inning. Made it 6-5. Caleb Durbin just gave Abner Uribe a little bit of margin for error here in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. And there's one away. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Abner Uribe. And he carved up Del Castillo rather easily. And now here's Blaze Alexander. So a righty on righty matchup here. Here's the pitch. And fouled back and out of play. It is 0-1 on Alexander. He has struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate tonight. Brewers trying to pick up a half game in the division tonight. 0-1. Slider. Strike. And it's 0-2. Cubs off in San Francisco. They'll start a 3-game series out in the Bay Area tomorrow night at Oracle Park. So the Brewers, if they can get these final 2 outs, would have a 5.5 game lead in the division. 0-2 pitch. And it's a chopper to short. Charging it is Monasterio. Stays down. Throws to first. And retires Alexander. There are 2 away. Everybody here at American Family Field on their feet. 28,486 here tonight And William Contreras out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat with Uribe before Alec Thomas comes to the plate. Alec Thomas, 1 for 3 tonight. Left-handed hitter with tons of speed. And he stands in there. Uribe looks in. First offering, slider, strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider missed down and away. It's 1-1. You've got the top of the order looming for the Diamondbacks. Perdomo is in the on-deck circle. You do not want this game to get to Marte. Just take care of Thomas. 1-1. Slider hit foul off the facing of the Brewers dugout. And it is 1-2. The Diamondbacks down to their last strike. Abner and that electric blue glove looking in. Here's the 1-2 to Thomas. Chopper. Abner off the mound. Fields. Shovel passes it to first in time. Abner Uribe strutting around the infield after making a tremendous play on a chopper that looked like it was going to get over his head. He got off the mound, reached out, fielded it, and then threw a shovel pass about 15 feet away from Vaughn to retire Thomas and to end this game in the Brewers' favor. 7-5, your final. The Brewers win their 82nd game of the season, and they win Game 1 of this 4-game series. We are back to tell you all about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid,